Hi, Eric. Good afternoon. We saw that you lost Lisandro Martinez this week. How big a blow is that? And is anyone else close to a return this week? Perhaps Mason Mount, Aaron Wan-Bissaka?
It's setback, of course. Licha just returning. You see his contribution to the team when he's playing. So he brings, apart from his technical skills, also mentality in the team. But it's a big setback for Licha. He's very disappointed about it, but he's a fighter and he will be back. He will be stronger back. We think he can still be back by the end of the season. So there are games to play, and as a squad we have to replace him, and we have very good players in that position who can play there and will play there and will perform there. So as a squad we have to deal with it. And then the second part of your question, Aaron Wan-Bissaka today he was training, but then he dropped out. So I don't know in this moment where he is. What is the diagnosis? Hopefully it's not too bad. And Mason and Ty are not ready to return into the squad.
Sir Jim Ratcliffe has been quoted as saying he wants Old Trafford to be a Wembley of the North going forward. I just wonder, I assume that's music to your ears, but as a manager, would you welcome changes to the stadium, even if it meant you had to perhaps play away from Old Trafford while the work was done?
So if that's his view, then I would say it expresses the ambition of this club, which is good. But further on, it's not my task in this club to deal with stadium questions, with facilities. My job is to perform the team, to manage the team, to build the squad.
In terms of your team, the form has picked up magnificently in recent weeks. You're on your longest unbeaten run of the season now, and the goals have started coming as well after 18 in your first 18 league games. I think you've scored 13 in your last 5. Were you always confident that would happen? And is it kind of the fact that Rasmus has found his form, Garnacho on the right, that it's clicked?
Yeah, players need time, especially young players. You mentioned like Rasmus and Alejandro. They need time, but also they need a team. And so those two facts were not there in the first part of the season. The team, we had to make a lot of adjustments in our way of play, and so it was by stages it was difficult to serve the offensive part of the team. And when that happens, then also it can go really quickly, that players going to develop and to progress. That is what we have seen. But I was from the start. I was confident that they have the potential to do this, what they are now doing. And now it's about keep moving, keep going, be hungry.
Alyssa.
Eric, you've spoken about consistency a lot and balance, and Lisandro was a player that offered both. Without him, you do have options to change it. Will we see Luke Shaw shift centrally, or do you expect Victor Lindelof to come in there?
We have options how to deal with that position. We have a good centre halves in our squad, and so the others are all available. Luke can play also there, I'm quite confident that we can keep this process going, and that others can fulfill that position and also contribute and play in high levels. Those players are experienced and are very good players, so it's up to them now to fill it in.
You're still keen to keep somebody who's comfortable using his left foot there for the build-up play?
That is, it's an advantage. We have seen, but we have to work on players. But players can also develop in such positions when you work with them, when you coach them, when you train them. And I see our players in the back line making better decisions. I've seen that they develop their skills in building up. And yeah, so I'm quite confident that we can keep this process from better ball play from the back, that we can keep that going.
Okay. Hi, Erik. We saw Villa play with a full first team last night and lose. Now, with your desire to get in the Champions League for next season, does this now become a must-win game for yourselves to dislodge them and raise yourself?
I've said to the team from the start of January, every game is now a final. So that was also our approach when we to West Ham United. We were one point behind them. This is a final. We have to take this challenge. We have to see this as a final, and so that will be every game from now on for us. So yeah, we are already in that mood.
Eleanor.
Just on Villa, Unai Emery's obviously had a lot of praise for what he's done this season. What do you think he's kind of done particularly well to bring Villa on in the way that we've seen?
It's very good how we develop this team, and it's very clear how they want to play in and out of possession. And I think the players know exact what they have to do, their jobs, and how it has to cooperate with each other. So they are a really team. They have absolutely weapons in their team. Yeah, so we have to play our maximum levels to get the right result.
Samuel.
Hi. You spoke about the senior centre halves, so you have got available on Sunday. Johnny Evans and Rafael Varane are out of contract in the summer. Do you want to keep them next season?
We haven't made the decision yet.
Neil.
Erik, I saw that great picture of the three young players sitting on the advertising hoarding after the goal. How would you describe the relationship they have on and off the pitch, and has their sort of have they brought a sort of excitement to the squad, do you think?
Yeah, I think they enjoy to play together. There's adventure. They are a danger. They want to do it together. They want also to pass the ball to each other. Also that everyone can play to the qualities, and also that everyone can score goals. And yeah, it's great if they want to do it together, because I think that's the key. Then we can have a lot of pleasure from this. And yeah, they are young players, and I've said it before. I think the future for Manchester United is quite bright with such much talent on board. But we have to develop the talent, because yeah, there's a lot of space for improvement, and that's necessary if you want to go to top levels. And this club wants to achieve a lot. This club wants to win trophies, so very ambitious. So then they have to step up. They have to bring higher levels. They have to bring consistency in their game, but also against the best opposition, they have to express the same threat and the same, especially. It's all about that and product.
Jenny.
Hi, Erik. Just going back to Lisandro Martinez. You've had some serious bad luck with injuries this season. Now, he came off initially in the incident, then he went back on. What was the thinking there? That maybe made it worse? Did it aggravate it? The fact that he went back on and tried to play on? Might he have be out sort of for less time if he hadn't done that?
I don't think so. But Lisandro was his decision, and he was comfortable to be back on the pitch. But after he tried, and then I think he stopped almost in the next attack.
Is it almost impossible then to diagnose that at the time, you know, when he initially comes off?
It's not possible. Yes, you. In some situations, it's clear and obvious, but so there's always a grey area, and it's very difficult already to see when you are on the sideline. So what happened there? And of course we have the screens. We seen that as well, and of course our medicals are over there, and they communicating with the player. But to assess in 1-2 minutes is impossible. The more I will always tell you after a game, I can't tell you because you need 24 hours minimum, and maybe sometimes even longer. So how can you do this in 2 minutes?